What's going on, y'all? I got my bars. I ended up ordering some bars. I finally pulled the trigger and finally came with the decision on what bars. So yeah, got me some factory 47 bars. It's probably gonna be a while before y'all see this video. I tested positive for COVID. Don't know how. I've been working back. Whatever. That's neither here or there. So yeah, but how I came about these bars, I actually talked to a lot of people, and I've all told them that these bars that I chose, I was like, I kind of don't want these bars, mainly the fact that everybody has them on their bike. I'm kind of more of a outlaw bar setup type, the ones that basically just go straight and out. I had those on my old bike, and I kind of wanted it for these ones, but couldn't really find them. The only reason why I chose these ones is I feel kind of they fit the bike. So, I mean, by what I just said, I'm pretty sure you can take a guess of what I got. Yup, I got the same bars everybody got on their bike. So, the reason why I chose these ones is I kind of feel like they kind of like set the tone for the bike. Not the tone. Well, obviously, for the ones that do know, it's obviously called a snake venom. So I kind of feel like these bars kind of go with the snake venom, you know. It just gives it that snaky look, I guess. I don't know. It's just, I ended up going with it. I got black, mainly because the interfering is black. So to match it, I didn't want chrome. Chrome is just not going with it. So yeah, I went with black to match the black interfering. So yeah, kind of, I thought I wasn't going to be happy with it, but no, I think they're going to... Alright, so just to get an idea, obviously, you know, from the videos you've seen, these are the stock ones. I cannot stand these bars. I think they're stupid, dumb, they're hideous. Like, why does Harley come out with these dumb bars? Like, you would think, you know, these ones came with extended bags. The design is obviously not the same from what they were back then. It's got a custom paint job from Harley. Like, you would think that, at least, come on, like, up your guys' game. Like, make them to where, kind of like how I was saying before, I've seen bars to where they're this size and they have that, by the name that goes by outlaw style handlebars, to where it just goes straight instead of that curve, and it goes up and it goes straight across instead of this curve. I think that would be better, and I would probably leave them if they came like that. Who knows if they did do that? We don't know that. But yeah, these bars gotta go. I cannot stand these bars. So let's just see how these things look, just to get an idea, which I think that's how it's gonna be. I think that's how that's gonna go, being the fact that it's just straight like that. And oh yeah, that's way better. So just to give an idea what it looks like, kind of like from a outside view, I think this is how they're gonna sit. If this is how it sits, this is way comfortable. Like, this is 14 inches, how I mentioned. And who knows, maybe this might be like 8 inches or something. But like, look at the angle from this to this. Like, riding like this, it feels like having those, what is it? I might be saying it wrong. I'm not too familiar with these bikes. The soft tail, the ones with the bars that are straight across. I don't know how people ride like that. Like, it's just not comfortable. So this is like way better. Plus, when I turn, like, my hands cramp up with these ones, so like it's not comfortable. I don't recommend, like, change your bars. If you guys got these, change your bars, because I don't know how you guys ride with these. But yeah, this is way better. Like, this is just way more, my arms are like kind of more straighter. Yeah, I definitely can't wait till these get put on. So being the fact that I got a quarantine for 10 days, I mean, it is what it is. So after that's said and done, I'm gonna hit on my boy. Said he was gonna take care of him. What's going on, y'all? Today is a really nice day today. Like, it's just, today's a really good day. We're gonna get some footage today. So how I had mentioned, how I got my bars. So my mechanic just hit me up. He said the bike's ready to go. All I gotta do is just go show up and basically get where I want the handlebars to be at, to my comfortability. So we're gonna go get my friend, the homie, so she can ride it back, so I can get some dope shots, see how it looks like from an outside point of view, see how it looks like to me. And hell yeah, let's go, man. I'm excited. Man, what the hell? It started raining? Damn! What's going on, yo?
What's up?
This thing looks clean! Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, that looks dope. I need to get black mirrors though, for sure. Yeah,
I took a measurement and I was just like, oh, just on the other side of the green tape. So I put it on the wrong side. I put it on the wrong fucking side of the green tape. So I ran the wires. They take a while. I got them there. I was like,
you're like,
fuck!
Oh, they're on
I was
the wrong
like
side.
an inch and a half too short to get the second plug out.
So
I had to pull it back through, move it, and then the second time to get it back through took me fucking like 25 minutes longer than it took me to get it through the original time.
was it any trouble, or did you figure it out, or what?
Well, I mean, I probably watched the same videos you said you watched. You know, the dude in the red shirt.
Yup.
So, but like he like hacks this fucking panel out.
Yeah, they did some like stuff to.
He like hacks all these off of here, dude. I was able to remove the zip tie, so you can 100% reuse this.
Okay.
But you don't need, because the wires are so short, you can't. So I'm kind of leaving this up to you if you want it back in here or not. There's always the potential of it
like flickering,
rattling around a little bit, you know what I mean? But I mean, it don't really do anything. All it was doing before is it was holding. You seen that video? It was holding the back of these plugs in here. So I just didn't break anything. Like that guy was chopping those fuckers out and shit. I didn't do none of that. So I could pretty much put it back to 100% stock if I had to right now.
Okay.
Like 100.
Yeah.
And then I rerouted this cable, and he rerouted his cable in that video on this side. You know what I mean? And I didn't like that because it rub on the tank. You know what I mean? And not only that, it just wasn't natural flowing. You know what I mean? It put too much of a kink in here. Right now, I ran it through the front, coming out there, and I mean, that's full bump stop to bump stop. The only thing is it can rub that interfering right there. Me personally, I'd put black vinyl over it just so it'll rub the vinyl out, not your paint. But it's black inside there, so you won't see it too much anyway. You know what I mean? But that's like the best way to run it. Other than that, it comes all crazy kinked. You know what I mean? It comes behind the bars, or it comes up here up on next to the fucking instrument panel. To me, that's the best way to do it, in my opinion. And like I said, I work on most bikes like it's my own fucking bike, so I'm not trying to like go, oh, I'll just fucking leave it like this.
Oh yeah, this is amazing right here. This feels way better. Like compared to like this, it's so stupid. Like Harley, in my opinion, I think they can make a better design than factory, but I think it's just to like production get stuff out the factory. But
it's not super tight, so don't pull around too much on it.
So I can push it forward?
Nothing's tight. No, not yet.
Oh, you're talking about this.
None of this is tight. None of this isn't tight. None of this isn't tight. But yes, that's what you... Hold the bars though right now. Don't let them move like side to side, really. Now they're only gonna go so far because there's a pin. You watched that video where the dude had the pin? Well, yours was set up correctly. The pin and the hole were on the same side. Because that video, his was messed up, so he hammered it through anyway. So because it was in there correctly, I left the pin. So like he said, you only have so much rotation. And then after that, we'd have to drive that pin out if you wanted. But that's why I didn't want to put nothing together until you came and sat on it.
Well, so I don't need them like too far down. I kind of want to like go up that way so the cables have a little bit more free play in it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, actually, there's these cables. There's no way to. They're set where they are. Changing the bars isn't doing anything. The only thing that's going to change anything is pushing this cable up on this or this closer to this. That's it.
Okay.
So it's completely up to where you want the bars to be. See, we could put a zip tie too. You could like zip tie this to the bars, to where it won't rub on stuff. You know what I mean? So, and once the cable will sit in the sun like that, it'll kind of get not perfect, but it'll kind of get like gibberish to it where it'll stay.
I kind of don't know where I want it. I don't know if I want it like right here.
You gotta think about your elbows. They're kind of bent when you're closer.
I think right here.
Do you like your elbows being bent a little bit?
Well, I kind of like that outer feeling. I think right here.
Let me just tighten it up for a second, and then you can turn it like stop to stop and see how it feels. Because when you're turning like slow turns, sometimes it in a position, it might not be like this. I'm just telling you, it might be like where you're reaching really far. And if you just make sure you like that before we tighten it all down.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Basically that way, so it doesn't really rub on the interfering.
Let me see. Let me put a zip tie on it real quick so you can see.
Were you surprised about the cables like fitting with these bars?
Oh, dude, you see how much they fit? They literally fit by like an inch. They barely fit.
Oh, they barely fit?
Barely fit. Barely. And it takes out some of the like movement you had in here because it has to be pulled so tight because they barely come out. You know, these came out all the way and like plugged in down. So there was a lot of room before. But they work. It works, bros.
Yeah.
Not that big of a deal. Well, look there. It's one zip tie, and I'd say like if you left it there for a while, and when you take it off, a lot of times they'll start to get like memory a little bit. So you don't
like it'll stay in place.
It'll kind of start to stay that way because you could see before it already kind of had memory from where it was before. So it's like if we put like I'd put like 2 of them on here back to back so they don't look like there's 2 of them, and I'll pull them tight. Grab this zip tie puller thing like this. And then just like leave those 2 on there for a little bit. And I was almost gonna suggest almost putting one here for a minute too, but it doesn't seem to be too bad now that I've kind of got some adjustment out of it. But I mean, as long as they don't bug you too much, I'd leave them there for as long as possible because then it'll keep everything from rubbing off of there, and you don't really got to change anything. You know what I mean?
Maybe pull them back a little bit.
It's a little far reach when you turn.
No, it's just because on my last bike, I did raise the bars and they were touching the interference. It kind of like didn't really leave me much room to turn. Like when I do U-turns and stuff.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of why I wanted you to turn it the whole way.
I think that should do it.
Let me look over it. The bar from turning a little bit, it went that way a little bit, so I'll have to loosen it and move it this way. From inside.
So hold it or?
No,
what do you want me to do?
Just go ahead and put it on the
Park
kick.
it?
Yeah, put it on the kickstand.
Oh damn, it's freaking cold out here.
Right?
Thank you. I was kind of worried too. I was like, damn, what if I need like an adapter or something? Like a more complex.
You know, I'm always just nervous about doing stuff like that when people say, oh, I watched this and they say you could do it like that.
Right.
Because then everybody expects, and I'm just like,
Let's just
man, dude, like,
throw in there.
This didn't go exactly like it said it was getting. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody. Yeah, it was like a dude in a bright red shirt. He had like a Dunlop shirt tucked in. He's like full on, looked like my Uncle Rick, full on OU dude. But he had like a nice ass Ultra Glide, and he was putting on the same bars as these or whatever. And and I watched his video and like, I was like, dude, he did it, but he did the same thing. He had hardly any wires sticking out. You know what I mean? So it's like it's doable, but
yeah, they said it's doable, but it's just tight. That's all it is.
So yeah, so I was just like, was just like hoping that's all, because you know the other thing is like people from other states have different stuff than us.
Oh really?
You know what I mean? And so, and too, like I wasn't sure, like, you know, that video he doesn't really say much about if he has ABS, because all that shit matters too, because the way the front brake line runs. You know, your front brake line runs and goes underneath the tank to a block back here, and then another line comes from that block, goes down to those two brakes. Whereas, so like a lot of times with those, you have more leeway because it's not one cable that's being directly down there. So little things like that, really.
I think one of them, I seen another video, they took the tank off to get like more play out of the cables out.
But what that wouldn't, I mean, you don't need them though, because see, the thing is the cables itself are attached to the same thing that's turning. So look at, there's no nothing you can do here.
Right.
And as far as the cable, the brake line, you would have to take it completely out because it's inside of a plastic housing. You would have to like almost like disconnect it or cut it or break it.
Right.
Because it's inside of a housing there. Because I was just like, there's no way of doing that one. Because I couldn't find like I didn't look super good, but I couldn't really find a bolt to even take that stuff off. Because I had to get this clutch cable out of the housing over here on this side. That was like a little finger and behind those brake things. And that was kind of tough too, just to find a way to get that, because like you have to take that's a new Harley adjuster. That shit's fucking legit.
Oh, yeah.
But to take it apart, it's kind of tricky as fuck, because you have to take it apart in order to separate the cable a little bit to get enough play to pull it all out of this shit.
Yeah.
But the way it adjusts is fucking sick, dude. I'm like, damn. Hopefully that cable can be adapted to the older style bike, because that shit's legit.
Yeah, this thing is like done for right now. Like my vision for it, I mean, this is kind of it, to be honest. I mean, I don't want to change the wheel too, because I don't want to lose my ride quality. So I'm gonna leave that wheel on there.
You wouldn't lose no ride quality unless you went over a 21.
Well, to be honest, when I had a 23 set up, I didn't like it. It was too bottom out.
23 is crazy, dude.
I mean, I was able to take it at like over 100. Like there was no vibration. It was just a suspension. Like obviously they put a plate on it, so I wouldn't mess up.
Even with the 21, you know, and I've got stiffer suspension to hold all the fairing and amp and all that shit, because my bike didn't come with that. You know what I mean? So it was like a weaker suspension, so I had to do the front end to hold all that extra weight up. And my bike, it's like driving a fucking 64 Impala. It's like going over fucking bumps. It's fucking boom, 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 boom. Like, fuck, dude, this is kind of rough. And that's why sometimes, like, depending on what rides we go on, I'll end up taking that, because that thing is just fucking, that thing's like being in a Cadillac.
Yeah.
It takes bumps like nothing. It's got a ton of fucking power.
It's crazy what a set of bars does.
So turn it again and make sure this is where it's at now. But try this time, if we loosen it at all, don't do no turning with it. Just, you know, just to move it a tiny bit, because when you do that, it's like you're not gonna spin, kind of uncenters it or whatever.
Okay.
Just want to roll it back too.
Put it in gear.
Let me zip tie that before we keep turning it. Turn your bar back straight. Turn towards Sabrina and push it in a little bit so I can get in right down there.
What do you mean push it in?
Push it in towards me.
The bike?
The whole bike, yeah. Pull the clutch in.
Yeah, it's in.
All right there.
Goddamn Harleys. You want me to set it down? That way you got more room?
Yeah, actually, we'll watch your fairing on that bike over there.
Oh yeah. There's room.
Okay. Have you got a new fender yet? You gonna put it on?
Yeah, I'm waiting for this guy to paint it. He's on vacation right now. He'll be back next week. And then I'm gonna do my bars and the rest of my audio.
Well, that's it right there. The final touches. Yeah, this thing came out great. Y'all ever need work done, man? Hit this guy up. This guy knows exactly what he's doing. This thing came out great.
You're welcome.
All right, man. Harley, I appreciate it, yo.
Yep.
Well, she's the one that's gonna ride it home with that sick helmet to match the bike.
24 karat, 4 karat, 4
Slip.
karat.
That thing looks clean. You look like a Power Ranger with that helmet.
Ride through my city like what's good though. Bitch, you know the bottle's on me. I got tree for the low though. Mudville motive on me. Cruising in daylight, party till late. Yeah, gassing in my lane. You'll never see a nigga break lights. Nigga, I stunt. Bitches know why. Get up in my lane. Nigga, don't try. Hoes burning blunts. Nigga, no lie. Plus I know a couple niggas make it snow up in July. That's all you really need to know about me. If a nigga acting up, then you can see my nigga rowdy. One finger for the one time. 4 hoes for a fun night. Bustin' for a real nigga one time. If your game right, young nigga, then she just might. Ooh, yeah, we gon' turn up. Kick it till 4 in the morning, try to burn one. Ooh, yeah, we gon' turn up. And you know the blunt and the tires gon' burn.
I be like, what's going down? I be in my city, riding all around. I be up in Stockton, they know me in my town. I be up in Stockton, they know me in my town. I be like, what's going down? I be in my city, riding all around. I be up in Stockton, they know me in my town. I be up in Stockton, they know me in my town. A scraper, but I treat it like a Cadillac. Dipping through the valley, hella packed. Got a bad bitch chillin' with a bad bitch. Rollin' while I'm in the fast lane, straight gassing. I be drunk, but I'm driving like I ain't though. Cash drone on the shake cops and the brake hose. She don't give it to me, I don't take no. Ratchet ass bitches, I don't take those, I hate those. I'm a bossy ass rapper on this grind mode. Only thing I might do is weed and a line though. I'm just being real, I ain't lying though. City full of fiends and I came up supplying those. I'm high, getting money on a low. Police on the watch, they don't know though. I ain't got L's, but I'm driving. A couple bad bitches and they ride. I be like, what's going down? I be in my city, riding all around. I be up in Stockton, they know me in my town. I be up in Stockton, they know me in my town. I be like, what's going down? I be in my city, riding all around. I be up in Stockton, they know me in my town. I be up in Stockton, they know me in my town.
Because I got a lot of projects, so it's, you know, I got spending money on this, spending money on that, and it just doesn't work out like that. But financing for me works, and I mean it's a 3.5 year loan, so it's gonna be mine soon. So it's just kind of, you know, like, don't let people, you know, kind of like knock you out. Like, I know a lot of people will say like, oh, the bank owns the bike, blah blah blah. Like, if you could afford the bike, go and get it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's gonna benefit you by your credit. It's gonna go up. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really a lose-lose situation. You know, you kind of benefit from financing. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to like touch up on that. But other than that, man, yeah, I'm super stoked with this bike. Like, this bike is sick. Like, I'm super happy. Kind of funny how they say money doesn't buy happiness, but boy, let me tell you, that's a goddamn lie. But yeah, that's it. And see what else we come by. Catch y'all later.